Greetings to you all, good faithful of Christ. The person speaking to you is Reverend Barakelis Ezanuche Chiedozie, the superior and founder of Missionary Sons of St. Martin de Porres, bringing you a joyful message from Kenya, East Africa, precisely from our formation house. I want to get you rooted in what the meaning of vocation. Some of us don't know what vocation is all about, but I have to bring you near the meaning of vocation. We have to look the stem of vocation from the Latin word vocare, which means calling. Vocation, in its real sense, means one being called in a particular field or in a general field. Vocation can be a nursing or a doctor or a catering, different skills involving vocation. But in the Catholic sector, vocation is quite different. It's slightly different, but not just that's absolutely different, because in vocation in the church simply means a different call of vocation. It can be a call to priesthood or sisterhood or brotherhood or even a monk. So the question now is, what is your vocation? And how can you be able to attend to the voice of God calling in a particular vocation? We can do that if we can lessen the noise of the mind. If we can lessen the noise of the mind, can be able to attend to the voice of God. Now, vocation to Catholic priesthood or sisterhood or this, it entails a different steps. It's not just what one have to move in. Or I just want to be religious. I just want to be a priest. It really have to do with discernment, a process. Not just I am called. Are you sure you are called? Do you listen to the voice of God? Do you take the process, the steps needed to attend to the call? This is the question we have to ask ourselves. At times, most of us make mistake and move into vocation just because of the material things you might have seen around, which those things are irrelevant. And when you move into there and you become a priest, when those things become to fall apart, you become frustrated because you never planned that. You just move into because of material attachment. All that glitters are not gold. All that glitters around the priesthood are not just what you can use to place an induction. But if you have a sincere vocation, if you are truly called, and you follow the footsteps of the assignment, and when you move into the seminary, the life will concur, the life will fit you. But if you are forced, it also exhibits, it also shows. Due to you jump in because you see others going in. Those who are going in have taken the process of the assignment. Now, the question comes, if you become a priest or you become a reverend sister or a brother, what is your work? What is your duty? If you don't understand what vocation is all about, if you don't understand it, you cannot handle the faculty properly, because you were forced, or you move into the vocation because of material things or what you are seeing, which is irrelevant. And when you become a priest or a reverend sister or a brother, you will be deceiving yourself. If you are religious, you will be breaking your vows, and if you are a priest, you will be breaking your promise, because you did not take the proper step of discernment. So I am bringing to you this evening to your doorstep for those aspiring for vocation. Before you aspire for vocation, make sure that you take the process of assignments, so that when you have been fulfilled by those assignments stipulated according to the canon laws and the Vatican II councils, if you have followed the procedures and you see yourself in the formation house, it will not be hard for you. You will be docile to formation. You will respect the formators. You will respect your superiors. You will respect your bishop. But whereas you are not critically being defined what you want, you move in because of material things. When you move into the seminary and you see the obstacles, or you move into religious life and you see the obstacles, I'm there to tell you that you will find it very hard to play docility in formation. Docility means being free to accept all the manners, all the ethics of formation from your formators. But if you are forced, or you move into formation without following the assignments, without following those things required for you to sit and think, and you rush, you will still rush out. And when you rush out, that is when you begin to cause problem. You would think that somebody have caused your failure, but you caused your failure for yourself. You caused yourself. Nobody can be your misfortune. You are a misfortune of yourself, because you never plan very well. You never take the footsteps of assignment. You just rush in. You will still rush out. But when you place yourself in the process of assignment, you take time, maybe 1 year to think, and you rush in. You will be a very good seminarian, a very good religious in making, or in art, or in potency. I have witnessed a lot of things in my congregation. I've witnessed a lot of things. People just apply, just come in, small time they will go, and when they go, they begin to make some problem for themselves. They begin to cause problem for themselves. Yes, they begin to cause problem because they rush in and also they rush out because they never took or never take the normal procedures. So before you join into vocation, in any field of vocation, try to listen to the voice of God. Attend to His voice, so that when you move in, the life will pass through you. Some of us doesn't allow seminary to pass through us, but we pass through seminary. Then what is again in future when you become a priest or a religious or whatever? So my dear brother, it's not an issue of this congregation is new. Every congregation started new. It doesn't just fall from nowhere. It began somewhere before they attain to the level. So don't just say that because your misfortune was because you joined into a new congregation, that is why you left. It's a lie. If you call yourself one who have the vocation, you must have perseverance. You must have endurance, no matter how the obstacles must be. So if you don't have these gifts, let us also pray for the Holy Spirit to give us this gift of perseverance, endurance, and understanding. You will have these three things I mentioned, which you have already passed through the assignment. And once those things have been given to you by the Holy Spirit, my dear, there's nothing like this is a new congregation or this is old congregation. You will run in and make it as a pioneer. So I'm advising all the fellows who are aspiring to be a priest or religious brother or monk, before you move into anything, try to pray to God, try to listen to the God as Samuel did, so that you will not make mistake. Once you listen to the innermost heart, where God dwells in the silence of your heart, God will speak to you. From there, you will know whether you are called. If you are not called, God will also show you in a better way. It's not must almost become priest. It's not must. You can also be a good fellow in any other vocation field. You can be. So, my dear brother, I bring this message to your doorpost, to everyone, both religious houses, the assistant, seminarians, whatever, for the fact it concerns vocation. Before you attend to vocation, you make sure that you listen to the voice of God and ask God to give you the spirit of perseverance, understanding, so that you can make it as a priest. And if you make it as a priest, you make it to heaven too, because priesthood is an easiest way to heaven and easiest way to hellfire. Thank you very much. I leave you by this message. God bless you.